Hello once again, and this is going to be just a brief tutorial on how to use Spectacular. This is the Sinclair Spectrum emulator. I have to say this is a very good Spectrum emulator, one of the best I've ever used. I've only used a couple in my time because I don't really play a lot of Spectrum games, but sometimes I like to play some games on them and do some videos. So we're just going to go through it just a brief tour. How to get started basically and run games. So you've got file, so you can is it new, so that takes you, no, hang on, don't do that. Open rather, so that takes you to wherever your games are saved. As I say, I've got quite a lot of games here, so we're not going to load up a game yet. So you can, where's save do? I don't know what that does, so won't bother. Does that save state? Quick save as, really don't know. I don't really use them, so export. I think that could be for your save states. I don't know. Copy, don't use. Mimic TV screen. This is for some people that likes, you know, to get their Spectrum quite as real as they can with the old TVs we had back in the day. Obviously I've got it on RGB monitor for the best quality of picture. So you can put your scan line in, so it gives it that old the lines, as you can see, gives it that old television feel. Let's turn that off. Right, what else we got? So we got SCART. I thought SCART was pretty good quality. Well, that just changes it a little bit. Don't really make no much difference. So you got composite video, gives it a little bit of a blurry look, and you got aerial, which was what we used to do back in the day if you had a Spectrum or Commodore 64, whatever. Well, I had an Amstrad TPC, so it came with a monitor, so it was clear all the time. So I was used, but my mate had a Spectrum. That was one of the first computers he used, and it was on a black and white telly, so we didn't get colour. So I put it back on RGB. So let's have a look at some other stuff on it. Black and you can actually change it to black and white TV if you want to. That's pretty good. Border, small, medium, large. So don't touch that. Full screen. Obviously, you know what that does. You can zoom it smaller or bigger. It's pretty obvious. Favourites. I suppose that's favourite games, I don't know. Control, right, switch model. So we got a choice of quite a few here. So we can have the 16K ZX Spectrum, the 48K obviously, the 128, the +2, the +2A, whatever, black case, whatever. I don't know what the difference was, because I only played on the 48K Spectrum back in the day. I've never played on any of the others. So you got the +3, whatever the Pentagon, whatever that was, the Scorpion, ZS, whatever. So you got a choice of Spectrum there, which is pretty good. But what have I done? So maybe the 1 to 8K versions you might be worth using, because you can obviously get like extra things like sound, and depending on the game. The later games probably best to use the 1 to 8K. So you've got your reset switch, your pause, generate, whatever that is, I don't know what that is. Normal speed, so you can speed up your Spectrum if you want to. Multi-face, audio recording if you just want to record the audio, video if you want to record video, action replay, whatever that does. Keyboard or joystick, so depends what joystick you're emulating. I usually it's on Kempston joystick, but sometimes you do have to change it sometimes depending on the joysticks. The joystick, I don't know why it's on ZX Interface 2, because I thought I always had it on Kempston, so I might have changed it, I don't know. Or you can mute the sound. So let's have a look at our tools. Load from audio source, poke memory, cheat options, debugger, and options. So this gives you all the options, I suppose, instead of going through the menu. So you can choose communications port. So you can choose, okay, keyboard. So maybe I'll change the key maps, I don't know, Spectrum +3, beta 1 to 8, whatever that is. A lot of this I don't even need to use. Advance, cassette recorder, whatever that is. I mean, Spectrum enthusiasts would know what all this is. Obviously I don't really need it. As long as I play games on it, that's all that matters. Display, mouse. Obviously you can have an AMX mouse on the Spectrum as well. Okay, I know that. I thought that was just on the Amstrad. All right, so it's on the Spectrum too. Okay, sound, mono default. So you can have basically like the AY chip, as you can see, same as the Amstrad. ZX interface and joystick. So my joystick's selected. Yeah, so let's just load up. One thing I really do like about the Spectrum emulator, one, it tells you the last games you've got, but what I really like about the Spectrum emulator is you just load on a game, it's loaded straight away. No, you don't have to wait for it to load. That's one of the best emulators I've used for this, because none of the emulators you have to sit there and wait for it to load, and I just think, what's the point? So you can just reset it. Yeah, reset it. Yeah, so that's a great thing about the Spectrum emulator. You just put the game in, it's loaded, no waiting. I like that. Anyway, I'm going to end this video now. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.